Hello everyone, my name is Emin Zayman and I'm a postdoctoral research fellow at Trinity College Dublin. My main research interest is visual quality and perception, and right now I'm working on quality and perception of immersive multimedia in vsense research project with Professor Alisha Smolic. I am now going to present our study on volumetric video compression quality. Our paper is titled as Texture Mesh versus Color Point Cloud, a subjective study for volumetric video compression. In this presentation, I will first talk about the volumetric video and the related work. Afterwards, I will describe the database generation and subjective data collection steps. After discussing results, I will present conclusions at the end. Volumetric video, also known as free viewpoint video or 3D video, is a type of visual media where the viewer is free to view from any angle of their choosing. Volumetric video is acquired with many cameras looking inwards in dedicated studios. Here you see an example of such a reconstruction from the work we developed in vsense. The reconstructed model is shown on the right-hand side. In most cases, the 3D scene or object is recorded using many cameras in a synchronous manner. Afterwards, a sequence of 3D models is generated using various 3D reconstruction steps. The generated volumetric videos can be used in either augmented reality or virtual reality applications. Here, two examples of these applications are shown. On the left, you see a simple augmented reality example which uses the volumetric videos in Snapchat, which places them in the real world. On the right-hand side, you see a very simple virtual reality environment which was visualized in an HTC Vive with a volumetric video placed within. There are two options to store the volumetric videos, using textured polygonal meshes or colored point clouds. Textured meshes have vertices and faces, which entails connectivity information. These faces can then be rendered with a texture using the texture atlas provided. Colored point clouds instead do not have any connectivity information. The position values and attributes of each point is stored individually. Despite differences in two data representations, they yield very similar visual outputs when rendered. The differences between these two representations have implications on both visualization and compression. So in this study, we will focus on these differences. For the related work, we also divide the prior publications in two categories. For polygonal meshes, prior work compared different open source mesh compression algorithms. Among others, Draco was found the best. For point clouds, there have been various studies on both static and dynamic point clouds. In all cases, VPCC or TMC2 was found to be the best performing method. Nevertheless, we noticed that there are no publicly available large quality assessment databases for volumetric video, and also textured meshes and point clouds were not compared in the literature. Thus, the three main contributions of this paper are a comparison of the state-of-the-art volumetric video compression methods, which is Draco, GPCC, and VPCC, a comparison of the effect of two different volumetric video representation techniques on compression, and a quality assessment database with subjectively annotated mean opinion score values. We start with the creation of a large volumetric video quality database. For this purpose, we make use of two databases. First, we use the volumetric videos generated by the vsense project. The volumetric videos in our data are represented both as textured meshes and colored point clouds with 4 different contents. To increase the number of point clouds in this database, we also use 8i voxelized point cloud database, which includes 4 other contents. The vertex or point counts are given in the caption down below. Anticipating that the volumetric video will be used alongside the traditional visual media in the near future, we consider the compression scenario in this paper. We've selected 3 state-of-the-art compression methods: Draco, GPCC, and VPCC. Since Draco and GPCC do not consider temporal redundancies, we included also the all-intra option for VPCC to compare them in a fair way. We use the compression parameters shown in this table. For the point clouds, the compression parameters are taken directly from MPEG's common test conditions. However, to the best of our knowledge, there are no such guidelines for the textured meshes. Therefore, for the Draco and JPEG case, the parameters were selected in a pilot study done by the 3 expert viewers. For visualization, a passive approach was used, which also made sure that all the participants were presented with the same stimuli. For this purpose, the compressed stimuli were rendered using Blender with add-ons, and the rendered representations were stored as traditional videos. Point clouds are visualized using splats as shown here, and the sizes of these splats are determined manually, ensuring the watertight model visualization. The stimuli for the uncompressed sequences was shown at the beginning of this presentation. Here you see the two samples of heavily compressed sequences. As you can see, to ensure that all parts of the volumetric video is seen by the participants, the camera was orbiting the volumetric video location. On the left, you can see the stimulus for TMC1 raft case, and on the right, you can see the Draco plus JPEG case. For the subjective experiment, the participants were seated in a dedicated dark room as recommended by ITU. A 24-inch LCD display was used to present the rendered videos. The distance between the viewers and the screen was set to 1 meter. Participants were trained using a sequence which was not present in the test. In total, 23 people participated in the test. We use absolute category rating with hidden reference methodology. Both mesh reference and point cloud reference were present in the test. Each stimuli was 10 seconds long. The experiment was completed in 2 sessions, each of which did not extend 30 minutes to avoid visual fatigue. Although the participants were shown sample volumetric videos in the training part prior to the experiment, we noticed that each participant had a different understanding of the scale during rating. To reduce the subject variability and keep overall mean, we follow the procedure described by Atar et al. In this figure. First, we calculate the z-scores and remove outliers. The resulting mean opinion values are then scaled using the original mean and the standard deviation of the raw data. We first compare the comparison performance between the textured meshes and colored point clouds. For this, we plot the rate distortion curves with mean opinion scores. Here, the legend shows the compression methods. The red solid horizontal line indicates the uncompressed mesh reference, and the blue dashed horizontal line indicates the uncompressed point cloud reference. Considering all 4 volumetric videos with both textured meshes and point clouds, we can come up with some conclusions here. Textured mesh seems to be better than point clouds in high bitrate cases, like here and here, whereas point cloud compression is better in limited bitrate cases. Although luminescence sequences have less difference compared to the other one, this observation holds for all 4 contents. Second, we compare different cases of point cloud compression. In this case, again, the legend shows the methods, and the blue dashed horizontal line indicates the uncompressed point cloud reference. When we only compare the point cloud compression methods, we see that VPCC is always better than GPCC. Within VPCC, random access option is better than all interruption, which is expected as random access mode utilizes temporal redundancy. To quantitatively evaluate our findings, we use Biontegard Delta MOS, BD MOS as developed by Hanhart and others. This metric measures the quality difference between different algorithms for the same bitrate by using MOS values. On the left table, the improvements over Draco and JPEG cases are shown, whereas on the right one, the improvements over GPCC RAT cases are shown. As can be seen from both tables, VPCC random access is the best performing method in both cases. To summarize, we built a subjectively annotated quality database for volumetric video. We compare 2 different representations for volumetric video considering the compression scenario, textured meshes and point clouds. We compare the different state-of-the-art point cloud compression methods. We find out that textured meshes provide the best visualization and are more advantageous for high bitrate bandwidth applications over 50 megabits per second, whereas the point clouds are well suited for the applications with limited bandwidth below 20 megabits per second. And VPCC random access was found to be more effective than all the other compression schemes. One must note that the constructed database had only human bodies, and the findings for this study are only valid for human bodies. So in the future work, we will evaluate and benchmark objective quality metrics for volumetric videos and use other objects and scenes in addition to human bodies to generalize better. The generated database vsense VVDB is available on our project webpage. You are more than welcome to download and use it, and thank you for listening to me.